Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24 and our coverage of classic constructed event for Fashion Bird at Manascrew, Northampton. Our third round sees Katsu versus Boltyn in a different type of game. Cool. So we're here. So just obviously for everybody that can hear and listen in the background, I'm with Corina here, who is a new player to the game. She's been running a rather nice Katsu deck today. What we're going to do for this round is it's going to be less competitive and a little bit more show and tell. Hopefully it'll be Corina asking some questions that new players would like, and me trying to, in my best way possible, answering the questions as we go. So obviously in a tournament environment, when we get to top 8, you would have top seed goes first or chooses. In this environment, we will be rolling off to go. So 2 dice, highest roll gets to choose. So I've got a 9, so I'll choose. Now, I'm running Boltyn. I still haven't quite decided whether I want to go first or second. I do want to charge my soul up, so I want to be getting cards underneath Boltyn to be able to go again throughout the game. But also, I'm conscious that will just allow Corina to get a few cards out of deck. So, also, I'm frightened of those Kadatchis, so I am going to go first, and I'm going to see if I can get something running. So, draw 4, and I will go first. So, what do I want to do? I've pulled a reasonable hand to get myself going. Obviously, there's some cards in this hand that I kind of want to keep hold of for the later game, if I can. But we shall see how this is going to work out for me. So, I will be playing across the line, pitching a Valiant Thrust yellow. So I'll be keeping 1 to hand. So at the minute, that's just going to be coming in for 5. I can choose to charge, which I will do. So that's putting that card into my soul. Because I've charged, attacks that are defended by an attack action card boost the card by +1. Now, Boltyn's special ability is an attack reaction. So if a card has got a higher attack value than its base, I can banish a card from my soul to give it go again. So it's quite a nice way to cycle through some of that stuff. So, coming in for 5.
Perfect.
Nothing else to have.
Okay, I'll defend the 5.
Okay. So you defend with an attack action.
Yeah.
So it does boost it up to 6. So I'm going to give it go again.
Yeah.
So I know you're milling through those cards, but I'm going to see what I can do here.
Sounds
So,
good.
and what I will do is I'm just going to go in there with, so that'll be taking the 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come in with an Illuminate for 4. If it hits, it will go into my soul.
Sounds good. So normally I think I wouldn't be as keen on defending everything, but because after this particular hand I get to draw back up,
Yep.
I feel like I can save myself a bit from all the damage you're inflicting upon me. So let's see. You don't have any cards left in hand.
No cards in hand.
Nothing in armor. Cool.
One floating resource. Not much going on my sideboard.
Cool. I don't think I've ever seen that weapon. We'll circle back to that weapon because that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So and I'll come back to it at the end of the turn because there's a route of what could I have done instead.
Cool. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Cool. So you're attacking for 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just defend free out of it.
Okay. So there are no reactions, and I'm not defend. There's no reactions from myself because I've got nothing in the soul. Choose not to do anything. So that will just be taking the 1.
Yeah.
And that will go into my soul.
Exactly.
Hit.
Yeah.
Now that will close up the turn. So close off the chain. Get rid of the pitch, and obviously the pitch pile goes in any order to the bottom of your deck. What I was saying that I could have done was I could have come in with Raiden, and actually I did a little bit of a misplay. I probably should have pitched the Steel Bay to give myself a bit more to play with the Valiant Thrust, but that Valiant Thrust might come back to later the game. So end of the round. Obviously we can do any instance if we need to, but these both are not pulling very much on the instance side. So I draw up to 4. You will also draw up to 4.
Cool. I can put this down here.
Not on the first turn, only on your turn.
Good to know. Excellent.
Yeah, so drawing 3.
Yes, drawing free. So there we go. Now, important to mention, this might be a very nice deck. I've not built this deck. This is my third game with this deck. It's really combo heavy. They're cards I've never seen before. I'm pretty sure I've still not seen literally what I told you before we sat down. So I will have many a question, which hopefully will be interesting for people to watch. So let's see. Now, I have very, very pretty cards in hand because this game is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to art. I am going to try and do something interesting. As I said, it's really combo heavy, and what I've seen so far in my games today is, yeah, you kind of need a good amount of cards, or especially a good combination, to be able to do magical things, which I've not done yet. My hope is third time's a charm, and this is the time I'll actually do something fun. So let's stop talking and actually play. me kind of getting a bit of time to do something interesting. So I'm going to pitch to go ahead and hit with a Kodachi. Yep.
So I'm not going to do anything with that. I've got no defense, any reaction.
So
I'd take the 1.
Perfect.
I think, to point out, Tunic, I think that rolls up at the beginning
Yes,
of the turn.
it does indeed.
Yep.
This is one thing that I kept forgetting, so that is definitely something. So I'll read it out loud. Basically, at the start of my turn, if it has less than 3 energy counters, and I'm using this dice here for it, I can put an energy counter on it. So you'll see it goes up to 3, and then eventually, when I'm at 3, I can discard it to get 1 pip. Which it comes in very handy because the more pips, the more cool things you can do. Cool, so that was that. You took the damage.
Yep.
Then because the card I used is a 0, this gets go again. So I'm going to go again with the other Kodachi because they come in pairs.
Exactly. So I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to let you hit me for another 1.
Cool. And then I have a reaction, which, if I'm correct, I play now or before you took the 1?
No, so I shouldn't have taken that damage.
Okay.
Let me wind that back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So then I'm going to play Razor Reflex, and the target sword or dagger, in this case, well, the Kodachi, gains +3.
Okay, so you've got to spend 1 resource to do that. So you will have had to need to pitch another card.
Yes. There we go.
Okay. So, because obviously there was an attack reaction, and obviously we should have declared reactions beforehand, but I'm a poor player. I will be doing Fateful Scene as a defense reaction. So that allows me to opt, which means I can look at the top card of my deck, and I can either put it back on the top, or I can put it underneath. And I will choose... What would I choose? I'll keep it where it is. It could be quite handy. So I've defended for 4.
Yeah.
You've attacked for 4.
Sounds good.
So no damage.
These go in here. This goes away. And these go under my deck, which is something I continuously forget to do.
Yep. And what is important is obviously they can go back under your deck in any order. So if you want to stack it, how it comes out is quite handy.
So if I were a more strategic player, I'd have actually checked what I did there. However, I just put them
I never do it. Most of the time I don't have going through. So.
This time it's actually my turn, so I get to place this in my armory.
You do indeed.
Excellent. Yep. So I'll draw back up to 4.
Cool. So that closes off.
Excellent.
So turn passes to me. What was I going to do with all of this fancy stuff?
I'm excited.
Probably not a lot, to be perfectly honest. So
let's see if you're good at bluffing or not.
So I'm going to pitch 3. I should declare I'm going to use my halo. So I'm going to use one of those resources to bust my halo. Now my halo allows me to destroy it and put a card from my hand into my hero's soul. If it is a light card, I get to draw a card. So I put that in my soul, Express Lightning. It is a light card, so I get to draw a card. That's now destroyed.
Yeah.
Of no use to me. So has that helped me? Probably not. So I will then be playing a Take Flight, using another 1. So another card in my soul for charging. As an additional cost, I may charge. If I've charged, this gets go again. So it's now coming in for 4 with go again.
Sounds good. So let's see. Definitely not playing that one. I want to keep that one for other things. Good things, hopefully. Let me see if there will be good things. So that's 4, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is also, again, important to mention, if I've charged this turn, and you defend with an attack action card,
Mm-hmm.
that gets a +1.
Okay. So
But only
attack
1+1 depending upon how, regardless of how many cards you defend.
makes sense. Based on the fact that this deck is particularly attack action card heavy, that is quite the combination there that you've done. Nice, nice. I like it. I like it. So I'm still going to defend. I only have attack action cards in my hand. I'm not gonna lie, for it's just how it is. But I will try and take a bit less damage than I would if not.
So that'll be coming in for 5 now against
Yes,
your 3.
Exactly.
I've got no reactions. Have you got any reactions?
No, as previously stated, mostly attacks.
Let's take 2.
Yeah.
So that would normally stay on the combat chain because we're not quite closed it out because we're still running attacks. I've not got much else to do, so I'm going to swing in with my blade. So he is a 0 cost attack, which is normally 0, but if I've charged this turn, it goes up to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming in for 3. Again, the same rules apply of if you defend with an attack action, it goes up by 1.
Makes sense. That's nice. That's nice. Nice little thing happening there. Nice for you, less so for me.
He wants to charge every turn.
Yeah, that makes sense. I played the intro deck, his intro deck, and I quite liked that. It was my favorite intro deck because of kind of the constant buff. That was quite nice.
Yeah, it can be quite aggro heavy, and again, it's similar to Katsu and the combo lines.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what you're facing when you come up against Boltyn, you're kind of sitting there going, "Oh, well, you've attacked me 6 times in a turn." Yeah.
We briefly spoke before this about Marvel Champions. I really like playing Captain Marvel for the exact same reason. You just go boom, 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 I'm done.
Yeah.
That's a good way of doing things. Okay, so I am going to take it.
Okay. So no reaction for me, no reaction for you.
Mm-hmm.
Down 3. Which is good that. So I'll go off there, I'll go off there. Lose the resource, that goes under, and I'll draw up to 4.
Sounds good.
You've got quite a few cards there to be hitting me back with now.
That's the hope, right? That is the hope. Definitely the hope. Let's do something nice, or at least let's attempt to do something nice. So I'm going to go ahead and play a card called Enlightened Strike. An additional cost to playing it, I can basically discard a card from my hand, and it does something cool. So I'm going to just go ahead and discard a card. It goes to the bottom of my deck.
Yeah. So then you get to choose one of those things.
I get to choose one of those. So that's either draw a card, either I get +2, or I get to go again. I am going to go ahead and say that it gets +2.
Okay, so you've currently got no go again on it. So okay, so it's coming in for a nice 7. I like what I've got. So I've no defense. Any reactions?
Yeah.
I will take the 7.
I'm very happy to hear that. Now, one tiny thing that I did forget to do at the beginning of my turn, and something that I've done constantly today. At the beginning of my turn, this keeps going up until 3.
Yeah.
So that's something I have forgotten. So it would be now on 2. My apologies for that. I shall do my very best to remember that, but I just wanted to point out I had done that wrong. Cool.
So because that's not got no go again, unless you've got anything else, that's turn.
Exactly. So again, I was very, very pleasantly surprised. Thank you for taking that 7. It's probably one of the very few times I'll actually inflict damage. So that goes away, and then that was it.
Okay, so
it's still here. I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
Okay.
And there we go. Over to you.
Okie dokie. So I wanted to keep hold of my hand because I wanted to see if I could do something a bit special and a bit tasty.
Oh, I'm excited.
We shall see. We shall see if that's the case. So. I realised I haven't got enough cards to do what I wanted to do, but I can still do something. It's going to be quite entertaining.
And then you can tell us what you actually wanted to do. We can do a bit of show and tell.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can do something else slightly differently. So let's do that. Okie dokie. So I'm going to break my stubby hammers, which means attacks with a base cost of 3 or less for the turn. Gain 1. So I could do that differently. It's a bit risky, so what we're going to do is we are going to do I'm going to do this bottle of courage, which, as an additional cost to do it, I may charge. So I've charged, so I've got a card in my soul. It's coming in for 3, and if it hits, I draw a card because I've charged.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, apologies. It's coming in for 4 because it's got the +1 off there.
Makes sense.
So currently no go again, but I may be able to give it go again.
Okay. That is the hope, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and defend 4. There's no bells, no whistles. I can defend with multiple cards and all of that. Not an issue. So I'm going to defend free from there, and I'm going to take Battle Worn away. It says if you defend with with different breaking scales, you put a -1 counter on it when the combat chain closes. I'll wait a bit. I don't actually have a counter with me, so it'll be a ring, or I can steal one of your dice.
Either or, that's fine.
I think this will fit really nicely on it. It will protect it.
Okay, so I pop that up onto the chain because obviously it means that you can't use it again.
Yeah.
Should you need
There we
to.
go.
So that's coming in for 4. You've defended, so it's down to me to do an attack reaction. What do I want to do as an attack reaction? As an attack reaction, I'm going to give it go again, probably to nobody's surprise.
No.
So any defense reactions from yourself?
No.
Okay, so that closes out. I will go again. So I will do another bolt of courage. So that is coming in for 3 in total. And again, their charge counts from the previous one. So if it hits, it's going to have draw a card.
And this was again 4, correct?
This one's 3 because it's a yellow version.
3. Okay. So we'll go ahead and defend with Rising Knee first, which pains me because it could have been cool, but on this occasion, I will rise my knee to avoid the hit.
So my attack reaction to that is go again. Any defense reactions?
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't hit. So my next is to come in with my sword. So this isn't in effect because it's only attack action cards, but that is still going to be coming in for 3.
I really like that weapon. I'm a big fan
Nice
of that
if you
weapon.
can get charge enough.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Boltyn, you need to charge, even on some of these 0 costs, that's still 2 cards that you're going to have to use from your hand. So going in for 3?
Yeah, we're taking the 3.
You're going to take the 3?
Yeah, I feel like I've done quite well to defend so far. I don't think I have a bit more defense in me.
I will do is my attack reaction. I'm going to break my. And I can't because that's me being an idiot. It's attack action, so I should have done that earlier. So I will be banishing a card to give it a go again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's me. I've not realised. This would have gone up by 1. And so would this have, because they are attack action cards. So I would have ended up drawing 2 cards.
Yes.
It's a misplay.
Yeah.
Missed my window to draw a card, so I won't be drawing the card.
Are you sure? Because I'm happy for you to draw the card.
That's fine. That's fine. So it's because I was concentrating too much on my combo line.
And teaching, right? It's teaching becomes more difficult than that.
You imply teaching that I actually know what I'm doing, so I've already proven wrong. So I'm going to be coming in there for 4 with an Express Lightning. This isn't an effect because it's a 4 base anyway. Additional cost I may charge. I have no cards in hand, so that's just going to come in for 4. But you took the 3 off of the sword.
Yeah.
So, down to you
That's
if you would
another
like to.
4. Yeah, let's take the 4 as well. In the hope that one day I'll be able to do something cool with my card. So let's take a bit of damage now.
So that's destroyed. These are destroyed.
I'm going to go ahead and lose both my knees apparently. Hopefully there are more knees in there. And then I'll place this here. And there was that token that I was supposed to cover. So there we go. We have a...
So I will draw up 4.
Yeah.
Now you may see I've been flipping over my equipment. Normally you should really put it in your discard pile, but a lot of people tend not to.
Yeah.
Mainly because they don't need to. There's certain obviously cards that will cause it to. So
yeah. And also in a lot of cases these cards are quite let's say rare. So a lot of people have them well, not just in card sleeves. Let's just put it like that. They're pretty bulky and protected, so it makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
From kind of a logistics, how to preserve the board. I also flip, to be fair, so I get you. Cool.
So
Perfect.
over to you.
Over to me. Now, because I've used a lot of my cards defending, I only have the 1 card in my armory and respectively 2 cards in my hand. I am going to attempt to do something, but we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ping you for 1 with this one. I'm going to use head jab.
Yes, you do. I will take the 1.
Cool.
Any reactions to that?
No.
Okay.
It gets go again because this was a 0.
Yep.
So then I'm going to go ahead and ping you again.
I will not be defending. Any reactions?
Okay. No.
So I'll take the 1.
Yeah. So then again, I get to go again. Let me double check what this card was because I remember having a card. Cool. Not super exciting, but I'm still going to go ahead with it because I misread this card. So the card says the first time an attack action card you control, you do a cool thing. These are not attack action cards. So slightly have misread that, but I'm still very happy to continue what I was doing. I'm just going to go ahead and ping you for 1 with that one.
Okay. So
nothing fancy because I don't have the combo card attached to it.
Nope.
Straightforward.
But I believe your mask may be in.
It is and free. Yeah.
You need 3 on your tube, but
and
also
then
your mask. So if it hits,
mm-hmm.
You're drawing a card, I believe.
Yes, right? That is correct. Thank you for reminding me. Also, I would like to point out that this is one of the most gorgeous cards I've ever seen. Technically, both of these are really, really pretty. But Mask of Momentum is something I would tattoo on my body, straight up.
It is a nice card.
It is. It really, really is.
And one of the earlier ones as well. So, I kind of got to take that so you don't end up drawing a card. I kind of like. I've got the health advantage. Health advantage is a big thing.
Definitely. But card draw wins games. Not that I would win.
Oh, no,
We're not the same thing, but technically card draw tends to win games.
There's a standing joke at the minute. We keep playing deck building games, not on the channel at the minute, but I pretty much always buy or obtain the draw cards. And it's like once you've got a couple of those, you're down to it. So.
No, that's really true. So a friend of mine, Josh, who played, I think he still plays Game of Thrones. Every time we would talk about any sort of game, he would say that, and it's generally true. Card draw
wins games.
There we go.
Card advantage is a real thing. So probably taking a bit too long to think about this, if I'm completely honest.
For someone who's just seen this deck a couple of times, and respectively, a lot of your cards are new as well, I feel like you're taking a good amount of time to read them. I would probably, had it not been for the stream, been staring at my cards blankly significantly longer than I am. So all good.
So we've got no go again on that, have we?
No.
So do you know what? I'm gonna let you draw a card. So I'm not going to defend.
Okay.
So I'll take the 1.
I like it. So then this one goes away.
Yeah.
So
assuming it's not an instant.
It is not an instant. No. I do have an instant that I don't know how to play, so we'll ignore that one.
So
we'll come back to it later.
Is it an actual instant or is it something?
It is a. I also don't think. I'll just show it because it's quite okay. It's called Snag.
Oh.
And it says.
Yeah. Snag is not Boltyn's friend.
No, so it says attack, which is why I've held on to it, but I need to figure out when to play it, right? But attack action cards can't gain extra attack, right, from their own effects or the effects of attack reaction cards. This turn, there was a sound. I jumped. So let's ignore that. No one saw anything. Not embarrassing at all. So I've kept this, but I'm struggling a bit to when one plays instants. If you want to kind of.
So instants can be played at any time you have priority. So in the game, if I attack, I have priority, and then I pass the priority to you to defend. You then pass priority back to me to do the attack reaction. You get priority back at the defense reaction. So it's any window in which you've got priority. There is also a priority at the beginning of the turn and at the end of the turn. So you can kind of... There is an issue in the game for a lot of people where they're not walking themselves through the steps. So you can miss those windows. But instants, you pretty much can play them most of the time. Like I say, whenever you've got priority, and at each phase you would normally pass priority between 2 players.
Okay.
But I think the game will get there. But I think at the minute, given some of the simplicity of the first couple of sets, it's not quite there. So that is a perfect card to play against Boltyn because he's looking for those +1s to start ripping through some stuff. So obviously it's no point in playing that right now, so keep hold of that one in your arsenal.
Definitely will. So then ideally, this would be a card I would play as a reaction to something you've played, perhaps.
Yeah. So when you can
kind
see
of-
like, or maybe I've held on to a big turn and I've held on to a hand that I just want to keep hold of. You're like, well, are you going to be going after stuff? So or whenever you see any plus whatevers, so
Cool.
coming in. So keep that one in your arsenal. You've
Definitely
got
will.
one card in hand.
Yeah.
So draw up to 4.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can do something.
Go ahead and put this one underneath here because I keep forgetting. There we go.
What was I going to do?
This deck is just so gorgeous. Sorry to interrupt you, Generally, this is originally when the game came out and we started looking at the cards. I really thought Ninja would be the one for me, just strictly based on art. The art in this game is, and I think there's some Runeblade cards that are also really good. But this is gorgeous art.
Most of the art is just fantastic. He's fantastic.
Big fan of Ninja art.
So I can't do everything that I wanted to do. At least I don't think I can. That's what I was going to try and do. Let's see if it stalls out. So I'm going to play Express Lightning.
Yeah.
So charge off of that. But at the minute it's coming in for 3 with no go again.
Sounds good. I'm going to defend 3.
Okie dokie. So my attack reaction, I'm going to break my Dragon Sap to give it go again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. And so it's not done anything there. That scuppers me a little bit. So I'm going to have to pitch this to do what I want to do, I think. Let's first of all, okay, we're going to go in for 3 with the Dustbane because I've charged this turn, it's 3.
Okay.
So bearing in mind with your flip flack, if you defend with a card that's got combo, it's going to increase its block.
Yep. It will indeed. Sadly, that card I kind of wanted to use next turn, so it's that.
So much the way with it.
I know, but that's the cool thing. So kind of the math behind the game. Everything you do is in detriment of something else that you could do, and that's really good. I've not played games of this in which my hand was dead. And that's the cool thing. Your cards are always useful for something. And it's that toss-up in between, how much damage am I taking? How much do I want to be able to play these cards? And that's a really cool kind of puzzle in the game itself. Oh, this is also just a gorgeous card, straight up. But let's do that, because I think that's a pretty cool combo to go ahead. So it was literally a card that says combo. So this will be a card that says combo. So as I said, pretty card. It has a free in itself.
So I've charged, so that would actually make my attack go up to 4.
Yeah.
But you've got the +2 from there,
Exactly.
so it's coming from there.
Yeah.
So I will be giving it go again by banishing a card from myself.
Sounds good.
And then I will be pitching 1 to play a Valiant Thrust, which I've charged this turn. So Valiant Thrust gains 3, so it's coming in for 7.
Yep, that is a big.
So what might be a point to mention, obviously you've got that snag. So that snag would nullify that 3.
Yeah.
Whether you want to hold on to it for another turn, it's a big.
I think that's a good point, because that's also the timing wise, right? So you've attacked, and now I can react to it either by defense or by playing the instant.
Yeah. So now you've got priority to defend or instant. So your instant there nullifies the +3.
Yeah.
It would also nullify his +1 from defense reactions as well. So it's coming in for a straight 4. Have you got any defense that you would like to throw?
So I only have 2 cards in my hand, right? So the point is, if I defend with the cards in my hand, then my turn is just drawing cards.
Yeah.
And we're on 26-29. That's not that bad necessarily, she says, famous last words. So I think what we're going to do, because I played that, and so far it's pretty good, I'm going to defend the 4 by playing these 2 cards, which means I have no cards left in my hand.
So it just passed the tempo to me for the next turn, but it's kind of blocked out everything, so it's quite nice. I've used a lot of my equipment, a lot of things have gone. Okay, so then we'll clean up.
Sounds good. I'll just admin
draw.
here, put this here.
So just for those that have got caught in some of it in the timing windows, it's important to obviously note that I'll draw, pass turn, then you would go, okay, I'm going to pass turn and draw, because there is technically a window of which I could play instance on your turn.
I've not looked at my cards, so you can technically still do that. These do not exist.
Not for me. So this isn't really a deck that's going to be doing that sort of thing, but there are some decks out there that would like to. So back to me. What do I want to do? I've not got the nice stuff that I'd like. I'll do that, or I'll do that, don't I, really? So, okay, so we'll do a classic Boltyn turn. We'll play Take Flight, but we will charge. So I've played the 1, just coming in for 4 with Go Again.
And you have 1 card left in your hand?
1 card in my hand.
Cool.
Obviously, I've charged, so if you defend with an attack action, it's that.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and take the 4.
Okay, so it's got Go Again anyway, so we'll drop you down. Okay, and then I'm going to come in for 3.
Yeah. Not surprised.
It's a nice, sort of.
Yeah.
But I've got to have charged and got to go again. So.
Let's go ahead and take the 3 as well. Okay. Let's see if I can do a thing or die doing it.
I'm going to pop that in my arsenal.
Sounds good.
I don't arsenal many cards in this deck, but it's just because it's the way it runs. But it's nice to have something there occasionally to build up a big turn or to defend a big turn. So, okay, so I'll pass turn over to yourself.
I think the arsenal in general is pretty good because you always draw 4 cards, right? So if there is a card that you've not really been able to play or it wasn't the best moment for it, you can kind of keep it for later and have it there and still draw the new cards, because we've just discussed, right? Card draw and being able to access your pool of cards tends to be a good thing. So there we go. There.
Yeah, I mean, there is only sometimes the risk where you get something stuck. I have had that happen to me. I've had something stuck in my hand and it just hasn't worked for me. But yeah, so it's just getting that right.
Because this game has no mulligan, right, at the beginning. That's also the thing. So you are very dependent on your draw. But as we said a bit earlier as well, because your cards do so many various things. You attack with them, you defend with them. They have fancy text, use them for pitching and all of that. You tend not to have dead hands.
A lot of multiple use. And actually, your mulligan is if you're going second, you get him run into, you can just ditch the cards to draw. So.
Yeah, that is definitely a good way of mitigating that kind of going second and being basically attacked full on in the first turn. Cool. Now, again, so this deck, as I said before, is really combo heavy and you really depend on some cards. Had I been a good student, I would have properly gone through my deck and understood exactly how many of everything I had and what the chance was that they were still in there. I did not do that. So we're just going to go a bit more simplistic on this deck, sadly, than it was actually intended and has the capacity of doing. But hey, beginner, right? So
see how it goes.
Not a lot to do there. Cool. So I'm gonna check really fast what my equipment is, because I know a lot of people do what you do. So you've used your equipment from the beginning, kind of as you went, whereas I hoard it till the end and I never get to use it because I lose. I need to always remember, use it and try and do something cool. This one, okay. So let's see. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and do something else than that. Sorry about that. So this deck has a cool thing, right? So technically, if I play, I can always go again after using my weapons, provided the card I play has cost 0. And the other cool thing it has is the first time an attack action card you control hits, you can discard a card with cost 0 to find a card. I have yet been able to do to combo those things because I keep going, oh, I could do that. No, because this is not an attack card. And I will continue not being able to do that because I don't have the correct thingamajig in my hand. So instead of that, I'm just going to go ahead and just ping you with this one.
So I will take that one.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Then let's just go ahead and try and do it. Then it gets go again because this is 0. I am going to go ahead and attack with that one for another 1 with the potential of go again.
I will take that one.
Cool. And then I have 1 left. I am going to go ahead and attack with this one. We'll ignore a lot of the things that it says because I've not managed to do that combo thing that we discussed, but it does have a 4.
Yeah.
And I will then pause, trying to remember the timing of everything, but well, let's just go with I place this card, see if you have a reaction to it.
So first off, I do defense.
Yes.
I'm going to choose not to defend.
Okay.
So you get to do attack reaction.
An attack reaction, that will be my breaking scales. Destroy breaking scales, target attack action card with combo. This has the word combo in it. Gains a +1. So that puts the 4 to a 5. And I'm going to go ahead and do what we said and flip the card and put my ring back on.
Okay. So have we got any go again on there?
No go again.
Okay.
No go again. I do have Breeze Rider Boots. And that's when a ninja attack action card you control hits, you may destroy the card to give action cards with combo, which this one does have a go again this turn. So I do have that potential there, to be completely transparent.
So, and you're going to be drawing a card if this is as well.
Exactly, because it would be the third one.
So I'm just going to defense react for 4, which does mean you're going to do it, but I get to put a card at the bottom of my deck and draw it.
Nice.
Okay. Which wasn't great. So I will be taking the 1.
Yeah.
And then you will be drawing a card.
I will be drawing a card, and I'll also be destroying. What is the timing for that? Do I use this first to draw the card and then decide whether I
So
destroy for
they're both in the
again?
same timing window, so you get to choose.
So I get to choose the order. But technically, if I do this first, I get to see the card and then decide, which is pretty cool because that mitigates the luck of me destroying a really good card for, well, potentially nothing very interesting, which is pretty much what I have. Because that's how that works. But that's okay, because we're still going to go ahead and destroy it, because why not? And that gives me go again. Now, I've used 1, 2, and 3, so this is nothing. So if I want to do something new that has a cost, I will need to pay for it.
Remember, you've also got your tunics on
I
the minute.
do have a tunic on that gives me another one if I want to do that. So, yeah, you know what? I think I'll use the tunic for the pip and go ahead and realize I didn't necessarily need the pip. I'm going to attack by 3. This is a cost 0, so I didn't need the pip.
So, okay. So, what we're coming in for? 3.
Nice and clean, free, and that's my 4 card in the chain. My chain is quite wibbly here, not necessarily the traditional way of arranging them, but there we go.
We know where we're going. We know where we're going. I will be blocking for 3.
Cool. That means they all go away, apart from these. These stay here. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and discard these and put the Lord of Wind, unfortunate name, underneath here. Yeah, there we go. And I do indeed draw.
So you can arsenal a card and then you can draw it?
Yeah. You can take a tiny pause. When you arsenal a card, so a card from Arsenal you can play, but for everything but pitching, correct? So you can play to use the text on the card or to defend?
Yes. So defense reactions, obviously, you can still only use a defense reaction. You can use an attack reaction by pitching a cost of the attack reaction. You can't use the card to straight defend. Obviously, you can use it for the defense reaction.
Okay.
And obviously an instant as well.
Okay. So not straight defend.
No.
So basically, if I would play a card that is a defense, can we show this? Can we explain? So, for example, I'm thinking of putting Flick Flack in Arsenal.
Perfect.
It is a defense reaction indeed, and it sets hopefully
yeah
for a combo. So if the next card I defend with this turn would be a combo, it gains +2. When I defend with this, does this 2 still work?
Yes.
Yes, because it is a defense reaction, but because it's a defense reaction, I take that into account. I like it. Cool. So we'll just go and put that there. And yeah, then I'll draw 3 cards and I'm up to 4.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
So, I kind of want to keep, and this is gonna swing things to you, I think, a little bit. I probably should have taken a bit more. I'm actually just going to pass turn and draw cards. I like what I've got.
Okay.
I don't like what I've drawn.
Not gonna lie, I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So literally, I like what I've got, so I'm just going to pass turn.
That's amazing.
So
I didn't know that was something you could do, which makes sense, right? Because when I don't, if I've defended with all my cards and I need to draw cards, that's my whole turn. So I should have probably assumed that that's something you could do. But that is a cool thing because it means you're kind of hoarding the cards, let's say, for something cooler in the future. I like that. That's pretty good.
Very much so.
I'm a fan of what's happening. Cool. So let's see if I can do something of interest. I am going to play a card for an attack purpose. It has a cost 0, so I'm not going to be pitching anything for it. Is that the correct card? That is not the correct card. Scratch that. It has this, and I pitch because it has a 1, so I'm going to play this.
Yeah. 4.
Well, it's a 1, and it will go away. But I'm attacking 5/4, and it has go again.
Okay. I've got no defense. Any reactions?
No reactions.
I will take the 4.
Okay. Then I'm going to play a second card. My second card is going to be Rising Mifrost. I've had a couple of before that I've used for defense purposes, and this has a combo. So it's a cost 0.
Yeah.
So I don't need to do anything fancy with that. Combo is if leg tap was the last attack this combo chain, which it was, it gains a +2 and go again. It's a 1 with a +2, so that's a free with go again.
Nice.
Finally, I got a combo.
I got a good
combo.
Okay, so I'm not gonna defend. Any reactions?
No reactions now.
Okay, so I will take the 3.
That's good.
So now you're gonna hit me hard, aren't you?
I was happy about that combo. I feel like that's kind of where things end. Because if you remember, so I used this for this one. So this one I don't actually have anymore. I only have the 1 card in my hand. So technically, I can play this card to go ahead and pitch for that.
Yeah.
So why not, right? So let's give it a go.
Take the 1.
Okay. And because there's a card with cost 0 on my pitch, though, technically 2, and they're identical, it gets go again.
Yeah.
So I do another one.
Again. Yeah.
And this has officially been the best I've played all day.
Yeah, but everybody's got to start somewhere. And everybody's got to. I mean, like I say, third game, you're starting to get it. Ninja's got a lot of combo lines. It's got a lot of pieces that go together. So yeah, no,
it really does. A lot of moving parts. And hey, 4 times the charm, right? So there we go. Cool. So I've done all of that. This one technically has go again, but I have no more pips left, and I also have nothing else to do. So I'm quite happy to go ahead and do all the admin bits and discard everything. These are the exact identical card. Let's just do.
So it's about now which way round you want to see them.
Yeah.
So having the resources probably is a good thing.
I doubt we'll get there, but just in case, on the off chance.
So draw your 4.
Cool. This is still my arsenal. It's been in my arsenal, so I'll be drawing the 4. There we go. 4 cards.
So I held on to quite a bit there. So hopefully this is a good Boltyn move. If I get it round the wrong way, I'm probably going to get it round the wrong way. So I will be playing V for the Vanguard, pitching 1 to play it. I can only use it with Boltyn. As an additional cost, I may charge any number of times. So I will charge once using a light card. So attacks on this chain gain +1 for each card charged this way. So that is now coming in for 4. It's turned Boltyn ability on. So yeah, so it's coming in for 4.
Yeah, so it'd be exciting if I had that snag card, right? Sadly, no, not what's happening. But that is cool. That is a good combo there. That is 4. That is 4. And the card here. That's a 4 defense.
Nice. So before we obviously get to the defense reaction, I will give it go again with my attack reaction. Okay. So back to me because I'll give it go again. I will do what we call Luminous Ascension. So it's another Boltyn special card. Until the end of turn, weapons I control gain +1. Bear in mind they also gain +1 from that as well. If my sword hits, I look at the top card of my deck. If it's a light card, I put it into my soul. If it's not, and I get 1 health. If it's not, it goes to the bottom of my deck.
Strong.
I've charged this turn, so I may use my weapon an additional time. So this is pretty much the Boltyn combo.
Yeah.
This deck's quite weak, and I've not got all the best cards because I've only got 1 copy of the Luminous and Majestic, so it's a bit rarer. I've got a couple of copies of the Via Vanguard, but yeah, so I've only got 1 of these in there, and it just happened to come out, so I was like, I'm going to hold on to it.
Makes sense. Which explains your turn just now that you really wanted to keep it. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So this is now going to come in for 0 cost for 5. 1 from here, 1 from here, 3 from there. If it hits, I'll be drawing a card there.
Yeah. So when I played this, it had the +2 potential. So if I play a card that says combo with a free +2, that's a 5.
Okay. So obviously bearing in mind I've charged, so that will get +1.
Yeah.
So it will be hitting for 1. I will be giving that go again.
Yeah.
So you'll be taking the 1.
Yeah.
And then I'll be coming back in because I can hit with it additional time for another 5.
Yeah. Do I want to take the 5 this time? How much do I like the cards in my hand? You know what, I kind of do, but I had a card here, wait, because I keep forgetting about that. So that's a 5. I'm going to go ahead and defend 2 out of the 5.
Okay, so I've got no attack reaction, so obviously then that will go. So you're defending 2, so we'll take 3.
Yeah.
That's quite nicely done. That is me.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and discard these cards as well.
That will go to the bottom of my deck, and I'll draw 4. Pass turn.
Cool. I'm going to play Torrent of Tempo to hit for 5. I'll pitch with this one. I have 1 left in it. If it hits, it does get go again. I have no cards anywhere else apart from what you can see.
So you're not going to get go again off your Kadaches, since that's a 1 cost. So what can I do with this hand?
I do have this though, right? So I do technically have this.
Yes,
I can remove that, so I could give it. Yeah, I could give it the 1 pip I would need for another 1 hit, but there's nothing else.
Oh, choices. What? So what was this going to work out if I didn't do that? Didn't do that. I could do that. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not going to defend. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the 5.
Okay. You must really like your cards.
They're not great, but I can do something.
I mean, I'm kind of scared because you took 5 and you're like, no, I'm keeping my cards. I'm definitely scared on this side. So.
They're mostly red, so it's kind of like I kind of need something to pay for something, and it's not quite worked out well. So.
That makes perfect sense.
So I've taken the 5.
Yeah.
That's not got to go again. So
it
has got to go again.
It does indeed.
So you can go for the extra 1 if you want.
Again, this comes back, and I've not used it yet. But what if next turn I really need that 1 pip for more than 1 damage? So I'm gonna go with I'll be a hoarder, and I'll keep everything as it is, and we'll stick to this.
Okay, so.
It goes under my deck, and I will be drawing 4 cards.
Perfect. So. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. There was something I intended to do. Okay. So, I'm going to play a 0 cost card and charge.
Yeah.
It's now coming for 3. As I've charged, if it hits, I draw a card. Obviously, if you defend with an attack action, it goes up by
1. 2 cards left in hand.
2 cards left in hand, 1 in arsenal. Sword is ready at the waiting.
Yeah. Sword is definitely.
But not got go again at the minute.
at the minute being the operative part of that
It's
sentence.
always the problem with Boltyn.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very true. Yeah, I kind of like my chances. There's that thing, even if I defend, because the vast majority of my cards are attack cards, it's not.
You're boosting it, which then gives
Exactly.
me the go again.
And I don't want to give you go again, so I'll have to take that.
Okay, that's probably the right thing to do because I've got no other way of giving go again. Not got anything in my hand, so it's a bit of a bluff. But I do get to draw the card.
Yeah.
So unless it's an instant, it's not an instant, so I'm not getting any benefit from that. So you'll take the 3.
Yeah.
Down on 12 each.
Exciting.
I will draw 1. Pass turn.
Cool. It was a good bluff, though, by the way. That was good. Nicely done. I was generally like, okay, this is going to be a big thing.
It would have been a bit better if you'd have blocked it. So if I could have given that go again, it would have been a little bit better. But
your bluff was so good that I considered, I still considered going in because I'm like, I'm not sure what you have there. You might hit me for even more. So what are my chances there? So I'm quite happy with myself. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay. So let's think about this. I'm gonna go Torrent of Tempo, and I'm gonna pitch this one. So I still have 2 because that's a cost one. So if it hits, it gets go again. It attacks for 5.
Ooh, nice.
Starting to like this deck.
So I'm not going to defend. Have you got any attack reactions?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to pitch 2 to play for Soul Shield. Put it into my soul once it's defended, and it defends for 6. Breaks that up.
Very good.
So all defended.
Yeah. Then because of that, this does not get go again. So this is going to not go again, but go to the discard. So there we go.
So yeah, so it's important to have those bits where you can, like, if you'd have had like the card escapes me. How long ago playing this game? Razor Reflex, that's the word. It's not even in my discard pile. Razor Reflex, then it would have been nice to dump that on top and then go, okay, we'll come back. So,
only read half of it. Only read the top half of it.
Yeah, so you can just push it over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, only read the top half of it because I've only had to use the top half of it so far. So I'm like, the rest must be the same. Now, the what we learned from there is read your whole card. Really important. There's text on the card. Read the whole card. Because if not, it's just sadness. Sadness galore.
So okay, so pass of the turn, I assume then.
Yeah.
A draw up.
So I'm gonna. Gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards.
So that's gonna go there. So what am I gonna do? I kind of want to do that, but I kind of don't. Okay, I'll do that instead. Right. I'm going to express lightning for 3. I'm going to charge. So it's going to come in for a 4. No, nothing special.
Nothing special. I'll take the 4. I'm also hopefully good at bluffing, so let's see what happens if it's a bluff or not.
So I will arsenal that card and I will pass turn.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with this.
Okay. So I will take that.
Draw 2. So then I'm going to. That gets go again because it has a 0 here. I'll leave it about there so it's visible. So then I have another attack, which will put this to 0. So it's gone. So a graveyard would be this, not a discard pile.
Discard. So that is your graveyard.
That is my graveyard. Cool. Banish. That's what I was looking
Banish,
for.
yeah.
Banish is a different thing for a different situation. Cool. So basically, I have a 6,
Okay.
and it tries to ping by 6.
And when there are no attacks in that,
It's not
there's
the case.
loads,
Yeah,
so-
that's why I wanted to
Okay.
differentiate in between.
But no go again currently.
No go again currently is correct. So again, to walk through them, and this gives a bit away. So I attack, and then I wait for you to do something, and then I can do something, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
So,
If I have any cards to do anything afterwards.
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? It's not really worth it. That's worth it. It's not really worth it. Okay. Could do that. Don't like it. Okay, so I'm not going to defend any reactions.
Yes. I'm going to add this. I'm going to pitch this for it
Okay.
because it has a cost 1, and I'm over pitching, but pitch is life. That's how we learn, hopefully. This is a action card, an attack action card, sorry. So I've read the whole of my card this time, so I'm trying to use it. Target attack action card with cost 1 or less.
Yep.
And that's a 2. So still not read the whole card. This is excellent. So I literally said I read the whole card. No, did not read the whole card. So we'll just take it back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Didn't happen.
One that's two back. That's fine. That's fine.
A bit of extra information. So it's just the straight up 6. I need to start learning reading cards. You'd think I would do that, but no.
No, there's a lot of text on a lot of the cards, and getting them all is there. So I'm going to sink below, which means I may put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck if I do draw a card. I'm going to do it. See what I get.
Cool.
See what I get. Let's roll them dice.
I like it.
It wasn't as good as I was hoping for, but hey ho. So, I take 2.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna discard that one in shame. It did something. At least that's something. And then this one goes at the bottom of my deck.
Okay.
And then I draw. That one goes there. And then 4 cards.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to play. It's not a very nice card, and I am sorry. Celestial Cataclysm. As an additional, it's 0 cost. As an additional cost, I must banish 3 of these cards.
Yeah.
And it's coming in for 7 with go again.
It's a big chunky card.
It is a big chunky card.
Big and chunky. Hmm. 3, 5.
No, so that would be battle. It's a battle blade break, so you use it, it gets broken. So it'd come into the combat chain to start with, and then at the end of it, it would go. Okay. So you can commit more than 1 defense if you wish. So you're going to stick at 5. Okay. No attack reactions. Any defense reactions? Very nice. So you block the whole 7, and if I come again, you're gonna boost it by 2. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Was it luck? Was it random? Was it knowledge? Was it skill? Probably one of the first 2.
I'm going to go with an Express Lightning. I'm going to charge with a Valiant Thrust. So that's coming in for 3, and I've charged.
Cool. I'll take the free.
Oh, interesting. Very good. Okay, so I've got no attack reactions, so I will pop that there. Take 3.
Okay, this one goes here, and we flip it because that's what we said we did with pretty cards, and then this one goes up here.
Now we'll pass the turn.
Cool. Okay, my turn. I'm going to play an instant of cost 0, which gains free.
Nice.
I'm going to play a second instant of cost 0 that gains another free. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep this card because I think it's probably the only thing that keeps me from dying right now. So I'm going to go ahead and discard those and pass the turn over to you, and I will be drawing up to 4. Whew, that was exciting.
Right then, so we are going to play a take flight, pitching a plunder run. So that will carry the 2. I will charge a bolt of courage. Okay, so it's coming in for 3 with go again. I've charged, so if you defend with an attack action, it goes.
So 3 would go again. It already has go again.
Yeah.
If it hits me, it gets go again.
No, it's just got go again.
It just by default has go again. So
Yeah,
whatever
because
happens.
because I charged, it's got go again.
No, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying. I don't think I have many miracle life savior cards, so I'm gonna go and keep that.
Okay. Because it's gone from attack action, it goes up by 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be taking D1. And it has go again. So let's see what the go again is.
So I'm coming in with the sword for 3.
I like it. I'll be taking the free.
I will be attack reacting. So I've charged this turn, so it gains +3. So it'll be coming in for a total of 6.
That's a big chunky hit there.
So you need a defense reaction.
I do indeed need a defense reaction. Or a tissue to cry into.
I'm sorry.
No, very much no. It's been very enjoyable so far, I'm not going to lie. I am going to, because I do not have a defense reaction, honestly, I'll be taking the full amount.
So before we do that, I'll also... So you'd pass the defense reaction priority back to me. I'll do the attack reaction priority. So I'm going to give go again. You then get the priority back for defense reaction, which I'm assuming you're not going to...
Still, no, magically nothing happened. So there we go.
Okay. And then I'm going to come in with an express lightning for 3.
Which would put me on a 1. There's a card in my hand I'll show afterwards, I'm pretty sure we're almost done, that I had never seen before, and I'm quite enamored with it, and I wish it would have come a bit earlier, maybe 4 turns earlier, but I have never seen it before, and it's also shiny, so I will circle back to that. I kind of, so that means on 1, and my next defense, I'll have to... The logic here is the following. I either defend and I'm left with very, very few cards that won't do anything fancy, or I take it and I'm left with 1, and then I think I'll risk that. I'm going to take it. So you're attacking for free? Yeah. That'll put me on 1 health, but it puts me in a better position for a last, hopefully, saving turn. Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
So let's see what happens there.
Do that.
Okay, so this goes away. I still have 3 cards in my hand and my tunic to hopefully do something. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna, because they're not that interesting, but I feel like this might be a better ending to it than what was gonna happen. Fingers crossed for that. So gonna go ahead and hit with the Kadachi as an attack.
So I'm going to show you a card that I could play. Oh. It's a really mean card to play at this point.
You should definitely play it then.
But I'm not going to play it.
You should play it.
I'm not going to play it.
Yes, you should play it.
So it's running a warrior deck. So it's a defense reaction. Cost 1. If it defends a weapon, deal the attack.
You need to play the card.
I can't play that card.
You need to play the card. 100%.
Okay.
You need to play the card. Okay.
So.
Boom. Nice.
There we are.
Can I show you the pretty card? Look how pretty this card is.
It's a time snap. So yeah, so one of the potions in the game.
Yeah.
They're nice. They're kind of, you dump them out early to come back later and get the 2 extras. So it's really nice.
That was quite good. It came a bit later. If I had it, if you remember a couple of turns ago, I was in desperate need of more
go again and more,
And that had I had it then, I'm not saying I would have won, but I would have been in a better position going forward. But yeah, definitely, this is a great card. So yeah, cool. cool.
especially against Ninja, is like, I'm just going to stab you all the time. That's okay.
And I have primarily stabbed you. I feel like that's been the base thing. Oh, I have nothing to do, just.
And that's what Ninja's good at. You pitch those cards. You pitch one blue, 0 cost, and stab, and then something else if you can do it. If not,
No, it's generally it is a really good deck. It is definitely combo heavy, but that's what you expect, right? Because even if you think Ninja, right, super thematic. If you think Ninja, you think cool movements one after the other, and you kick and you jump and you do cool things that I in real life would not be able to do. Clearly not in a card game either. But it has really cool combinations provided you go through the deck properly. And I think I had a lot of missed opportunities there with what to do. But it is definitely an interesting deck, and I think. Yeah, I might need a simplified version of this for my next go, but I definitely kind of like to try again Ninja.
Ninja is great. It's that whole, and there's obviously it's been doing very well in the meta, so it's been doing good.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
So enjoy
really
all that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. That's been really good.
Thank you for bearing me with that. So we'll time out now.
Sounds
From what was
good.
a reluctant victory, there was a shunt for the win against Katsu. Thank you for watching our coverage of this casual classic constructed event at Manascrew in Northampton. Please check out our other events on our channel, and we'll catch you at the next event.